Hello, I'm Coach Natalie. Welcome to another episode of Jiu Jitsu for Dummies. Today we're going to learn the submission of the Brabo choke, and this is going to be done in a position called half guard. Normally this is done in the gi, so let's check it out. Again. Okay, so let's break it down. Now, there's lots of different chokes that can be done in different positions. Brabo choke could be done from side control. Sometimes it's done from what we call the half guard. Actually, the half guard is the position for the person on the bottom. The person on the top is usually called half mount, but we'll just call it half guard. To get in half guard, I'm going to have my foot inside their legs. I'm not quite in their guard. I'm halfway in their guard. That's the name. The reason why sometimes people like half guard, it's a way to control the person on the bottom. Now, so a way for the person on the bottom to get out is they're going to be reaching out underneath my underhooks, underneath my side, and they're really trying to get to the back. So this person on the bottom thinks they're doing a good job by reaching in and trying to get to my back. I'm going to use this opportunity to loosen their gi. I'm going to grab the end of their gi as much as I can. Really tighten it. With my hands, finger down, I'm going to reach behind their head. With my other hand, finger down, grab the fabric. Now, at the very least, I'm holding them down. They're kind of flattened out. But to get the choke, I'm going to take my final hand, finger up, and feed it back. Now, with this hand, I can reach into their gi and do a cross-collar choke. You could also do the kind of choke where you're grabbing to the top of their shoulder. To make it even tighter, I could underhook my hand, and as you see, my side of my wrist is on their neck, and I could be underhooking their head and really pressing the side of my wrist onto their neck. Again. We've been rolling for a little bit. Our gis are starting to get loose. Not a problem. I'm in half guard or half mount. They think, oh, great. I'm going to try to get to my back, try to put some underhooks in, and that's fine. So if they're doing this, I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to grab their gi corner. I'm going to do it actually with my fingers down. Reach behind with my other hand, also fingers down. Feed it to my left hand. Finally, with this hand, fingers up, I'm going to grab like this. You'll notice that the side of my wrist is on the side of their neck. Now with this hand, to make the choke, I could reach in, cross collar choke. Sometimes people do the cross collar choke grabbing onto the top of their shoulder fabric, or you could underhook their head and still pressing into their neck. Really apply some pressure. Now, this is a pretty simple choke, but there are some mistakes that people can make. The first would be not grabbing as far behind their neck as you could. In this case, Sally here has a pretty small gi. She's been putting it in the dryer. It's not very big on her, so as I bring the fabric behind her and then grab behind here and then grab here, there's hardly any fabric to grab. I mean, it's practically behind her neck as it is, but if she was wearing a new gi, a very floppy gi, and the fabric, you know, when there was a chance to have hold the fabric out here, you still want to hold it behind their neck as tightly as you can. Second mistake that people might make would be not to have the side of your wrist against their neck. Now what you're trying to do is you're trying to press on their carotid artery. You don't accomplish that if for some reason your hand's on their face, or maybe it's, you know, on their chest. You really want to reach in as deep as you can and have the side of your wrist be on their neck. And like I said, you can apply even more pressure by underhooking the head and really applying some pressure. So let's see the whole move again. You're rolling with Sally. Maybe it's the last rolling of the evening. Her gi's a little on the loose side, you've noticed. And you're in half guard. She's trying to get to underhooks. You're like, that's fun. Grabbing the fabric, hand down. Trying to tighten it underneath her underarm. Feed it to the other hand, fingers down. Finally, fingers up. Feed it. This last hand. Or on the shoulder. But if there's any doubt of whether or not it's tight enough, you can always underhook. And really make sure that it's tight. And that is the Brabo choke. Thank you very much for joining me for another episode of Jiu Jitsu for Dummies. Visit me. I have a Facebook page, Natalie Jiu Jitsu. Reach out to me. Tell me a movie you'd like to see. And thank you again for joining me for another episode of Jiu Jitsu for Dummies.